Dude, this shit is not working for me. I have to stand over there and get it. Like, be ready to get out of my way. 'Cause-
Hello,
Yo,
AC.
yo, what's up? What's up? What's going on? How we doing?
Yo, there's some reverberation.
Do I? Give me a
Yeah,
second.
yeah,
Oh, I forgot to turn off my fan. I'm sorry. How about that? Is that better?
yeah. You still sound a lit. Man, maybe it's just these headphones. I just got these Apple headphones. I'm like,
Okay. How about now? I'm a little bit closer to the mic.
dude, I've never heard you so close to the mic.
Am I really close to the mic?
Nah, it's. I mean, like I said, it might be me tripping. Let me just turn my
I
volume
can
down.
I can bring myself down. I can totally do that. That should be better.
Yeah, let them trickle in.
Yeah, for sure. So what's up,
Hey,
man?
the,
How's your week been?
the week, it's been pretty good. Um, like I said, I had that uh, almost like a preliminary talk with King Geo, and
Uh,
he has a firsthand, experience to draw from, and I've had a little, time to speak with them over the last year and a half, so I felt comfortable speaking with them about it. And
okay.
but basically, the things that he told me were the things I expected, things I already kind of thought, um, which sometimes is disappointing, right? Because you want to like kind of like have your mind blown, or like really be clued in on something, but we'll get into all that, what I
Totally.
think or
Sweet.
what I
Yeah,
think's
and
going on.
definitely some facts and what we think and kind of it's a big subject. So let's see what we can do. I asked people, in the periphery to if they want to come in and leave a story if they feel comfortable sharing anything about being incarcerated, going to jail, an experience that they had because I mean it's different for everybody, right? It's some people have never crossed the law. Some people have repeatedly. Some people just maybe they learned something about that. Whoops! Hey, what's all this about? What's going on here? Is that me or you?
Uh, Doing what?
It might have been. I don't know. I don't know if you heard that boo that Apple that Apple alarm, that Apple like sound.
Ooh,
But anyway,
no, that
you want to go on
was
camera?
not me. Yeah, let me
Let's do it.
share this. And just a
Yeah.
warning:
Okay.
if I get a little choppy, I am having some connectivity issues, but hopefully everything's cool.
Yeah, but remember that. Hello, everyone. Remember that I'm going to go off of video to save your bandwidth. So just
For
want to say
sure.
hi to everybody. Yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
let's.
everybody coming in. What's up? What's going on?
What's up, everybody? It's a little silent out there.
I know. We got Sam and Rocksteady. Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hey,
Share the show if you could. In that way, people will know of our existence. God, I've shared it 45 times already. They have to be so over me. Like, okay, I'm not coming
I,
to your show
I
now, out of principle.
I was gonna hug the Wi-Fi, but I thought I'd just sit right outside the front door.
Oh, you're front stooping it, dude. Hell yeah.
I'm front stooping it.
I
Stoop
love
kid's
that.
afraid to leave the stoop.
What? Take the stoop out of the kid, but the kid out of the stoop. I don't know if that
Mm-mm,
works.
never.
Here's a tool shirt for you. Another one.
Yeah.
I know you're a
Fat.
fan.
Fractal. I love it,
Yeah,
man.
dude. Well, yeah, it's
Oh, bro, it's like you're camouflaging. It's like your Duck Dynasty in the forest, but your your tool in the fucking.
it's like too much like geometry and shit.
Nah, bro, that shit's sick. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, no more of that. No, obviously my favorite band, and yeah, I don't know why I'm drawn to that shit. I love complicated drawings and complicated mathematical. Anyway, so yeah, we're talking about prisons here. I mean, there is obviously no shortage of prisoners here in the United States, and you shared some pretty good data with me of an awesome pie chart about like actually how many people are incarcerated and why. I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, maybe I should just pull that information up, right?
yeah.
So
Here,
this is
it's wild. I mean, this pie chart's pretty wild. It shatters expectations on what I thought for sure, and how many people are actually incarcerated as of right now, as of 2022. So this is the latest
so I
you
think
can
that
get.
what what blew my mind. Let me come back. A little disoriented here. What blew my mind was that most people who are in jail are not going to be convicted of anything. Like the majority of people are just in there uh, because of the bail kind of situation. Like local bail laws are what really is keeping these innocent people behind bars until they're tried, which is interesting, because it kind of points the finger to like this, just trying to like squeeze some money out of you, and then you can be free again. Um, I don't think. Well, how do you feel about bail? First off, like,
I mean, it's a total scam. I mean, I understand the concept of it because
mhm,
you have to keep the person, but I think the bail bondsman, the whole bounty hunter thing, it
right?
seems so archaic, right? It seems like something from another time. Like, go find this person if he doesn't show up for a court or what he
Hmm.
has to do. It just seems like that would fall under what the police or the law would do. But to hire like an accessory person, another person that seems lawless. Honestly, it doesn't seem like it's on the up and up all the time.
Yeah, because it's like the state says, well, we want these criminals, and they owe you money, so we give you permission to act as kind of like pseudo commandos. I don't know, like you've seen Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Of course,
It's
yeah,
ridiculous, but
yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
so
well, what
nothing
I meant
worse
by
than going to
lawless,
jail, going to jail nabbed by a guy with that mullet. But
I mean, if that guy catches you on his own, like without the friend, his like son-in-law and all that shit, that guy just catches you on with his bare hands, you deserve to go to jail because that guy's
because
not
you,
catching you.
nah, because if you didn't see him coming, then you definitely deserved it. I
Fuck you.
picture like his hair like a little like a shark fin. Okay,
My God,
that would
we
be
got
the
a.
worst. The worst way to go to prison. It's like dog brought me here.
That would
Dog the
be.
bounty hunter.
How'd you get here? What are you in for? Doesn't matter. What really matters is dog the bounty hunter caught me, and I deserve to be here. So, hey, we have a quick message from Rocksteady. Let's see what he has to say.
Rocksteady. Take it away, Rocksteady. We're not getting anything.
It's pretty close. That's kind of what that sounds like. Yeah, nice job. No, yeah. Is this too personal to ask you? Have you been to jail? Worm?
I've been to jail outside of this country,
Wow.
and I
Really?
think I think that it probably is better in some ways, but then worse in other ways. I don't know because I can't compare them. So
Because you haven't been to jail here.
for sure, I never get
Wow.
caught.
Oh, really? So I
No.
guess.
Do we have a
I
delay?
guess. No, no. I'm actually no, because Rocksteady sending me a message saying that nobody heard that in the crowd. So
That
this
yeah.
is a
Thank you,
okay.
Rocksteady.
Oh,
Rocksteady's on
thanks.
top of it.
Let me play that again. One sec. Thank you. Yeah, well, it was his comment, so I would be. So I'm just gonna play it from my computer. That definitely works. Let's see, Rocksteady. There we go.
Rock,
That's not possible.
rock,
Nobody in the crowd heard that message. That's not possible.
Yeah,
That would be awesome. Did you hear that?
we all heard it. We're just playing a game on you. Yeah.
Oh,
A little
excellent.
trick.
Thank you so much. I just
No,
wanted to
no,
play
but
shit.
nobody heard that. That was silent.
Was it really?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay. Great.
That's why
I
it's,
mean, I'm not doing anything different. Okay.
it's just rock steady. We don't want. No, I do want to hear Rocksteady's
Doesn't make
voice.
any sense.
He's awesome, bro. Thank you for being here. Thanks everyone for being here.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Anywho,
Yeah. So
I'll keep trying. So, anyway, sucks to suck. Sucks to suck.
did,
So,
did, did you want to talk about the history of prisons, or like I'm more interested in a like kind of looking at prisons in a modern light and
yeah, me
current,
too.
because I'm interested in reform, because I don't think that society should have this many people locked up regardless of what they've done. I will know actually, okay, maybe all right, a percentage of these people it's fine if they're locked up, but I just think too many people are locked up, especially for nonviolent offenses. Those people, they can't vote, and they get out or own handguns. What's American about not voting, having no handguns? AC, you tell me.
No, it's true. I mean, yeah, it immediately takes that away from you. But I find it ironic, that before you go to jail, you can actually acquire these things and be just as prone to committing a crime or anything like that. But afterwards, when you get out, when supposedly you are reformed, and then you still can't have these things. So it's just it kind of ruins you from an institutional point of view for sure. And let's see. No one heard. I'm sorry, Rocksteady. I don't understand. I don't get it. No one heard. So the phone's all the way up. The thing's all the way up.
So I was going to take on this monumental task of painting something.
Nice.
So that's going to take a long time. I just realized, like, either I'm going to be doing that most of this show, or I'll have to finish it later. And I don't know. I want to like kind of poll the audience and figure out what works for them, what doesn't work, because everyone wants to see like something like grand, but they want to see it like happen right in front of their eyes. And
I don't think it has to
guys,
happen.
it's just
I don't think it has to happen like that, though.
it's not that easy.
Yeah, that's why.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it has to happen that way. I mean, if you felt like it, that's fine. If you can't push the art, that sucks. That would, and do something that's pretty daunting.
But the thing, well, yeah, I like to challenge myself. But the thing is, I really do want to have a good conversation with you about prisons.
Yeah, let's do that.
I want to play System of a Down prison song, and I want to reflect on fucking what our country is experiencing, because how can 1 in 4 Americans no, what, okay, the percentage, okay, the statistics for black males really blew my mind. 1 in 3 are going to be incarcerated in their lifetimes. That's ridiculous.
Where does that come from?
My ass. No. There's
I
a
like it.
no there's there's a place, there's a source. All right, if I'm not
It's a
near
source.
that, like with one standard deviation, no, I feel comfortable saying it. I don't like to misinform anybody, but
No,
that's the
yeah,
statistic I heard. Yeah, it's as recent as 2020.
Man.
That's what I got for you. Do you have links? There are links. We got links. Everything that I looked up was current 2022.
Yeah.
There's 2 billion people locked up in the United States currently.
You say 2 million people?
Billion.
There are 390 million people in the United States.
What? Okay, then I meant million. I was like, this is what happens when you don't look at you. Okay, these facts.
It's a simple mistake, but yeah.
Did I mention that I pulled them out of my ass? Like, how terrifying is that? Did you hear? Like, wow, this cacophony. That's fucking. I know, right? They're all gonna laugh at you. It's like, Jesus, it's a fucking letter. I misspoke. All right, let's go back. 2 million. 2 million. Then that's what we're talking about. Let's get this fucking chart up. What?
The chart up. The chart's where it's at.
Let me find this chart. This chart will tell us 658,000 in jails. And yo. No, I'm just. What does that sound? Trip me out for a second.
Is the sound coming from my end?
It's like yeah. Dude, I swear these headphones are fucking kick ass. No, dude, I don't have the statistics. I literally don't have them, but I will find them. Anyways, look, guys, I'm not an expert. You know what I am? I'm a guy with an opinion, and I did little to no research, which is my policy. If I do research, it's like, what's the point of that?
It's not fun anymore.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Sure. I used to do a podcast with my buddy Scott. My buddy Scott, that was his mantra. It's like, the second I have to do any homework, I'm out. The second I got to do anything, I'm out.
Let's just rename this Winging It. We're gonna rename it Winging It.
Sure.
And, no, okay. How about you, AC? What kind of factoids have you?
Oh man, I got all types of stuff. I have a couple clips coming up. I have some of the worst prisons in the entire world. Some of the worst prisons ever. There's one in Madagascar that's quite, really, really over the top with what they do. I mean, the cockroaches, there's bad food, there's people stacked on top of each other. So you mentioned that you went to jail, and I'm just going off of what you said. You went to jail. Hello. Where you going? You went to jail in another country. So I'm not going to guess which one, but there are, really bad ones. Oh.
If that ringing happens again, tell me if you hear that ringing sound again.
Remember actually, you just kind of glitched out of it.
Last episode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I haven't heard it once, actually.
Okay, right. Turn on video.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard it once.
Yo, am I on video?
You're not on video now.
No. Oh, it's like I'm too far away.
Oh, yeah. Instagram message. Let's see. I'm not sure why.
This shit continues. Guys, it's a total shit show. We're just going to have to talk about prisons tonight.
Why? What happened?
Guys, we're just going to have to talk about prison tonight. This Wi-Fi is not being...
No.
No, there's nothing I can do. Oh boy, are you frozen?
I am not frozen. I'm just waiting on you. Yeah, what's going on? I was looking at stuff.
Are you yourself frozen?
I am. No, I'm not. I mean, as long as I'm not frozen. Mm. Sometimes I think I'm not frozen and other people are frozen, but I really am frozen. I don't even know anymore. So it's pretty fun. I have a list of some of the people with the longest sentences ever. Would you like to hear some of the people with some long ass sentences and basically what they did?
Please.
These don't make sense. There's so many so many years. It's so many years. I'm listening and no problem, Rocksteady. Obviously I can't play anything, so I'll try to play some messages that come in. Let's see. Got it. So check this out. William Eric Davis in 1990, right? Murder, 4 people. Oh, are you muted? Cool. Murder of 4 people, right? It's a head-on collision. He got 120 years in 1990 for that. That is, I mean, it's all relative, right? I mean, to the people it happened to, in their family, that's not nearly enough. However, I don't know, it kind of sounds excessive, but it is an entire family. Somebody's ripped apart just in one night. So we
Mm.
have, let's see, a guy named Joan Villadilme in 2014 got 127 years and 6 months in Spain. He was a nursing home watchman who poisoned 11 elderly patients between 2009 and 20 in 1 year, 2009 and 2010. So he was busy that
Damn.
year poisoning people. You got 127 years. You're done. You're not going anywhere, pal.
All right.
Where do you think that the line is? What do you think the biggest sentence ever was? For anybody who wants to guess,
Yeah, I think some sentences are obviously ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Um, you give a grown man anything over 50 years, this is ridiculous.
I mean, at that point, right, without the possibility of parole, and you're done, just one. But it's to prove a point, I imagine, right? So that jumps now to like, look at this ridiculousness. United States, 2019, Greg Stephen, 180 years. Former youth basketball coach of Iowa Barnstormers, found guilty of 5 counts of sexual exploitation of minors. Horrible. Thought to have 440 victims. Obviously, throw away the key. But 100, it's completely symbolic, right? 180 years.
Right, at that point, it's you. I guess trying to make a point,
And this is
but
not a
that point
long,
is
it's not a long time ago either. You know,
that you
crazy.
don't understand life expectancies.
Right.
I think though, okay, so and why not just call it life, right? Um, I don't know how you feel about the death penalty. I'm not for the death penalty, but I do see the ridiculousness in giving somebody, 3 life sentences. Like I don't even get that, right? Like as if they were gonna outlive one. It's like you just 2 extra ones just in case you
Just in
outlive
case
that one.
you get someone pardons you from upstairs and says you're gonna live 4 more lifetimes, just in case we don't have to
Pardon you
retry
for
you.
that one.
I
Could you
mean, how about
imagine you're
this?
pardoned for that?
Are you gonna get out of this one? Mark Santa Anna, 2010, 243 years and 8 months. Found guilty of a count of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, a count of attempted robbery. I mean, it goes on and on. Burglary, home invasion, all that. 243 years. That is that's just a add insult to injury, just to make you feel like shit when you get sentenced to like prison. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the my
and that
God.
was in 2010, so it just
Yeah,
goes to show you.
yeah. I
All right,
mean,
look,
it goes up from there, but we don't stop. This is a ladder. Chaos is a ladder. Oh my God.
made it. Did we make it?
To what?
That's my shadow. Fuck, that's
Oh
awful.
my boy. My
My,
boy's drawing some. Oh yeah.
this isn't
You know what I'm
good.
gonna do?
To paint
As
my own
usual,
shadow.
I'm gonna give you the floor here. Everybody just gets to hear my voice, and you get the con. It was nice to see you all. Have a great week. I'll see you on Sunday for Shotgun Candy,
Oh,
and
bro.
literally see you. But I'll be right back, and in voice form. So see you soon.
Give us some music. Give us prison song.
Give us a prison song, like an old prison hymn, or
Johnny Cash.
Dave Watson says, "Love you guys. Worm, paint, an electric chair."
What'd you say, Dave?
Said paint an electric chair.
Oh, that'd be dope, right?
Yeah, hilarious thing is that you are finally trying to play messages and the shit ain't working. Normally you don't bother with the shit. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't understand. Everything's turned up. You know, I'm even playing it from my fucking computer. It's not even uh, whatever, Yost. I'll try again in a minute. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Let me know.
I really wish I had some techno music right about now.
I was trying. It has to be techno music. I don't know if anybody heard that, but I tried.
That's
We're gonna
techno
get
music.
banned. I'm simulcasting to YouTube and stuff, so we're definitely gonna get banned for music.
Yeah. Thanks everybody who came by. Let us know how you feel about prisons. You ever maybe you have a loved one who spent some time in prison. There ain't no shame in it. I
Yeah, feel
mean,
free to join me up here too.
um, I think that's going to give you credibility.
What gives you credibility?
Gracie, you ever you have any friends or maybe end up in the clink?
No, and not for a long time either. I mean, I've definitely been to jail. You know, one's a kid. One does things when you're a kid. It takes freedoms for granted, and just you think you're doing whatever you want. But it was dumb. It really only went once, and then a couple for traffic stuff. And the last one was crazy. It was Miami-Dade Police Department, and I went in. If anybody's familiar with where that is in the middle of pretty much east of 95. Sorry, west of 95 on in Miami on one of the hardest blocks that the 305 offers. All types of people go there. All types. I mean, people from like myself, like traffic offenders, to I was in there with somebody who definitely committed murder. I know that because I confirmed it with a few other people after we had heard it from a guard. So for sure. The last time I was there, a guy. It was standing room only. We couldn't sit. I had to shit so bad, and I couldn't do it. I actually spent the weekend there, and I couldn't poo for a long time because I couldn't imagine. I played football, so I peed in front of guys. I've taken showers in front of guys, all that. But this was different. This was very, very different. First of all, I didn't eat, so there was much, and the poo I had from before just lived inside of me until Monday. It was ridiculous. Um, but yeah, just don't go to jail on Friday. That's the only thing I have to tell you. That's for sure. Um, I saw a guy, older gentleman, just get absolutely smacked to pieces. Um, Poor guy. I'm not sure what he did, but it was everybody just stand there and don't make eye contact with the dude that hit him if you don't want problems yourself. It was a bitch. It was crazy. But also Miami is one of the crazier places to go to jail, probably in as far as urban places. I got a couple places that's going to blow your mind. I have a couple of clips as well. Um,
All
there
right.
is, yeah, there's actually a place called the Black Dolphin. Black Dolphin. Have you heard of this place?
Nah.
Black Dolphin Prison is in Russia, and it is probably one of the most secure prisons in the entire world. They disorient you whenever they put you in cuffs. They put you like upside down, so your face is on the floor, so you don't know what building you're going to when they move you. We're talking about razor wire, large fields. I mean, there are towers that will take you out, just more depth than the ones we have mainly here in the United States. I mean, there are some badass ones we're going to talk about, like Florence. Because I'm, believe it or not, I'm kind of obsessed with like prison shows and like administrative segregation, how people live in there for 23 and a half hours a day. That's insane.
I was thinking about getting into one of those like in preparation for this. I mean, that's my research, right? I watch a couple of fucking science
Yeah,
fiction movies and I'm done
for
doing my
sure.
research.
Heard that. All right, so check this out.
But
So,
I'm blessed to have UAC. You take it a lot more serious than I do.
oh no, I like to. It's not about serious. It's like got a couple things in front of me. I read a lot. Like during my lunch, if I have a show coming up, I'll make sure to just watch a documentary or just get in that mindset. Most of all, it, it's not even about retention. It's more like thinking. Like I'm going to talk about prisons today. It's just a different mindset.
Yeah, you did mention it last week, right? Like, you said it was fascinating, like people who are locked up 24 hours a day or something like that.
It really is to me. Yeah, administrative segregation is a crazy thing.
Yeah,
I've often thought about myself, going insane. As pseudo lazy as I am, I always say like I want to stay home and just play video games and shit and not work. That would be the life, right? Uh,
hmm.
I
Well,
mean,
okay.
if you don't go outside for 23 and a half hours, it's different. You know,
Yeah, I guess it
I
depends
th-
on who you ask.
would you go
Like,
insane though? Like you have to get
some
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 fresh
people are
air.
introverts.
Yeah,
They love the idea of being alone, but yeah, I personally, yeah, I see what you're saying. I wouldn't want. So it's like, what do you that 1 hour that you're out of the cell, right? Like that's you stretch your legs, but it's also the only time you're air just softly.
And you walk around in a cage. You literally like, even when you're outside, you're in a cage. It's just a open air cage, and it's got to mess with your psyche. It's got to make you so stirred up, like crazy. Like there's got to be so much you need to do as a human, and you can't. And it's obviously the part of the punishment, but more so the psyche. It's so much. It's got to be chipped away. Just what happens if
Yeah,
you ever get out?
I think that's a good word. Shook up, like agitated, right? Like
Yeah,
a bottle of pop about to pop. And that's what when I spoke to Gio, that's what he basically said. He said that there's some people that are just like to basically be violent for the sake of being violent. So obviously, some of these people do need to be in there, but for the other people who aren't necessarily, of that mind state or whatever modus operandi, they have to kind of adapt to it. So they get kind of like I wouldn't call it peer pressure, but they get swept up in the I guess the ethics of the prison.
right.
And he said was that
You
like guys go in there for something like small, and then they end up in a fight or something like that. And they end up killing somebody. It's like now they're in there for fucking 25 years.
Right, exactly. It's not only that's another thing I think. I don't know why I think about this all the time. Well, not all the time, but when I do think about prison, like if I was to go there, it's not about just going and doing your time. Like that's not that easy, unless you're in administrative segregation, unless you have done something so heinous that you need to be somewhere aside from Gen Pop, somewhere else, because you were just a danger to yourself and others. You're wildly dangerous, even with no weapons. Like um, it, it's a different thing altogether. But for the most part, you have to keep your head down. You have to it. Unfortunately, it's a racial thing as well. I've heard where you go in and you're mostly going to hang out with the people that your race identifies with or something like that. That's why it's got to be so crazy to go to a jail outside of the country. Because if that's not your country, let's say you go to Cambodia, you have a gram of hash in your pocket and you head over to Laos or whatever, or you try to come to the United States, they catch you, it's on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
What are you gonna
That
do?
Locked Up
You know,
Abroad.
so,
I mean,
yeah,
you've seen the show Locked Up Abroad, right?
definitely, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that shit fucking freaks me out. Like, because they could execute you. That's not even like the U.S. You get, popped, you're going away for 30 years or whatever. But like these other countries will execute you, fucking,
for
and
nothing,
our country can't do anything about it, right? Like that's what trips me out.
right?
So
And
yeah, think
you know,
think twice.
speaking of which, Brittany Griner, right, the WNBA player over in Russia, she had a hash pen in her pocket or luggage when she went to Russia, and she's being held right now. The president has to like trade a known Russian arms dealer that got 25 years here, take them, back to Russia to get another gentleman. I believe he got caught. He was in the military, and then also Brittany Griner. So they're trying to do like a big, drug warlord that sold fucking all types of guns all over the world and just was a warmonger. Trade him for a basketball player and a military guy. So that's where we're at. I'm not ever going to do anything illegal when I'm in those countries, or probably not going to go to any country that I feel like their system will be absolute hell. We have it really well. We have it really well. Um, so yeah, there is so like I was saying, there's a list of prisons that are pretty bad around the country. I'm sorry, around the world, and one of them it's going to hit Rocksteady pretty hard. I'll get there. So here's a quick 10. So Nairobi Prison in Kenya, built in 1911. The maximum capacity of this prison is 800 inmates. Yet the current population is more than 4,000. So imagine that. The risk of contracting diseases, has a record high violence. Inmates and correctional officers are they live in brutal, brutal conditions. So number 10, that was number 10. I can't wait. Right, number 10, number 9, Terre Haute here in the United States. So Terre Haute Prison, found in Indiana, has a different units ranging on low security to maximum security prisons, like we were saying at SEG. The prison serves as the execution chamber for the federal government as well. So that's where everybody in Indiana goes to die. Inmates, especially those on death row, are confined in small cells awaiting their deaths, and they spend their time in confinement pretty much allowed only 3 times a week, so even less. They go out like 3 times a week. Let's see. Here's another one. Right in Rocksteady's old backyard, Patak Island Prison. No, I'm sorry. No, that's Russia. Bang Kwang Prison in Bang Phuong, Thailand, is a maximum security. Yeah, you want to go? That sounds horrific already. Thailand is a maximum security prison established. Yeah, it's a Thai maximum security prison established in 1930 to house of local and foreign offenders. The prison is also known for violating inmates' unfair sentencing of the inmates. So it's like we were talking about. The maximum capacity of the prison is 3,500, but it has 8,000 prisoners, and 10% of those are on death row. The jail provides 1 meal per day. Oh my God. They brutally treat the elderly, mentally challenged, and even pregnant inmates. No good water, any of that. So there you go, Rocksteady. That's a horrible prison. All right, moving up the ladder here. Oh, there's one in Maracaibo, Venezuela. Want to hear about Sabaneta Prison in Maracaibo? I'll take that as a yes. Sabaneta Prison was built to house 700 offenders. The current inmate population is 37.
I feel like I'm losing.
What's up?
Good.
Are you there? Can you hear us? Oh, there he goes. So this prison in
I'm just trying to get this connection back.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah,
I can hear you. Okay.
we're gonna slowly walk over
There
here.
you go.
Hope that doesn't fuck on me. All right, continue. Good.
Yeah, of course. So the Venezuelan prison in Maracaibo, 700 offenders, but the population is 3,700. I see a common theme here of very overpopulated prisons, which makes for horrible conditions, probably no food, no water. So it's 5 times the maximum capacity here in Venezuela. And based on the inmate population and the number of correctional officers at the Sabaneta prison, one officer is responsible for 150 inmates, which has to be absolutely impossible to manage. And I mean, they would exploit those people. Would get played. Any good inmate would have that guy or girl and they tie him up. 16 inmates committed a riot. I'm sorry. In 1994, there's a riot that emerged in the prison that killed 108 inmates in 2013, and that was fucked up. Oh man, holy shit! It only gets better. So Venezuela out, Thailand out.
Yeah, no thank you.
Oh man, jumping up a little bit because I don't want to talk about boring places like Turkey. Rikers Island Prison, USA. I think everyone's familiar with Rikers Island. It's like the movie prison. Everybody goes to either Alcatraz or Rikers. Only 2 prisons. So if anybody knows about that, you can actually go there and lose your damn life because there are people that go there. It just incarcerates everybody, male, female, juveniles. It's known for corruption, big time, extreme violence, gross mistreatment of prisoners. I mean, there's a whole wing of people with mental challenges and developmental issues. They beat people to death. An 18-year-old juvenile prisoner was killed in 2008, just beaten to death. Gangs, I mean, you name it. It's something that you have to join, obviously, to make it, because imagine going to Rikers Island. Imagine doing something heinous in that part of New York City where you have to go to Rikers. That's ridiculous. Um, I don't know. I think I'd probably throw myself off a bridge. I don't know if I'd want to do that. Violence. That's actually a good question. If you had to face like 67,000 years, would you just off yourself or what?
In that case.
Look at Mike, dude. That's awesome. Look at that. Damn, love that. That looks awesome. So, like we were saying before, Rikers Prison is also known for solitary confinement in the U.S. The cells were used so often that various prisoners that the Department of Corrections decided to construct 1,000 additional isolation units to address adolescent juveniles. So imagine now they're putting away in very segregated places, even adolescent and juveniles, even mentally challenged people. So I'm not sure how compassionate that is, or if it's that they're better served getting actual mental help. You know, like you were saying.
John.
Oh man,
I'm sorry. I admit to only
no,
say my.
get into it. Get into it, but I love it. That's it. That looks amazing. That looks like an actual wall folding.
When I
That's amazing.
replay this, I'm gonna be so proud of you.
Why? So proud when I replay this. Not now, only later. Shout out to Mr. Bombastic, wherever he is in the world, but Gitarma Prison in Rwanda. Let's hear a little bit about that. Gitarma Prison in Rwanda was probably the most crowded prison in the
What is
world.
that?
It's made for 400 inmates, but currently houses 7,000. Imagine that for one moment. Take a pause and imagine what a 400 inmate institution would look like with 7,000 people in it. Both male, female. I mean,
No, thank you.
I'm sorry. Is it a no thank?
No, thank
No
you.
thank you. I heard that. Yeah, I thought this was.
I don't want to picture
Me
that.
neither. I did. It seems like a sardine thing. I would also probably go outside to sleep. I wouldn't sleep on top of people. What's going on here? So overcrowding in this prison, like I said, is both male, female. To make matters worse, most of them, if not all, don't have any shoes. This exposes them to significant risk of contracting diseases, especially infectious diseases associated with foot rotting. So at this point, there's a foot rot epidemic happening around, the massively overcrowded prison.
Bro, my foot is rotting.
Look here, my foot rot. look, guys, my foot's finally rotting. Proud of you. There are dozens of deaths.
It's rotting. I'm dying and I don't even know it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I even read this? Did I read this right? There are dozens of deaths recorded every day inside this prison. The primary cause being diseases that they contract due to poor conditions in the jail. I feel like that might be a problem that you can solve. My God, excuse me. My God. Okay, there are people being held in a jail with all types of poor conditions. The reason they're dying is because of the poor conditions of the jail. Is there like a disconnect that I'm not? Am I missing something here? Is there no way to make? I mean, at this point, you could possibly make a bigger jail, like add to it. Let's figure out some judicial things to do with these people. Like, could there be any? I mean, come on. You have people with rotting feet with no shoes just standing around.
How does that
Good
happen?
Lord. That's when you put 7,000 people
Like that-
inside a 400-person jail.
No, this is the death penalty, at just the lowest death penalty. Their feet and the rest.
I think that's the living embodiment of the
Once
death
again,
of the death penalty.
out of my ass. I apologize.
You don't have to sort your. I'm not sorting anything. I'm not sourcing anything. It's all good. But yeah, this is amazing to me.
Outsourcing everything.
Please check my sources after this. Everything has to be completely on point. No, not at all. It's really messing with me how there's dozens of people, so up to 24, 25 people die a day and they're not doing anything about it. Is this something that ultimately they want? Think about that. Like, my God, it's like a place where people go to like rot and die, like their feet rot, and how sad. Anyway, well, number one on the list, my friend, of the harshest
Yeah.
prisons in the world, believe it or not. Uh, I'm pretty surprised that I didn't hear about the Black Dolphin. We're going to talk about that in a minute separately, but the United States Penitentiary Administrative Maximum Facility called um, Florence, right? Florence ADX or ADX Florence or Supermax. This is probably the harshest thing that we have here in the United States. This houses, I mean, insane people, people that have the propensity to flee, right? Some people like Ted Kaczynski. I'm not saying that he wanted to flee, but some people, it housed some people like Ted Kaczynski, Ramzi Youssef, El Chapo, which we know, escaped successfully twice from pretty fucking secure prisons. Uh, we all know the Mexican drug lord, Zacharias Masawi as well. Um, so we're talking about high level. Oh, why are you telling me about a software update now? Really? Right now? No, thank you. This is crazy. This place is crazy. Oh, look at that razor wire. I didn't notice
These
that.
dudes are high level.
Good shit.
They're bosses. Um, you know, with we were mentioning, damn, I should have spoke. I didn't want to interrupt you, but there's somebody who spoke of like the. I think it's interesting, like their whole capture and whatever. Oh, I forgot who you're talking about. El Chapo.
El Chapo.
Not El Chapo. Somebody else. Who's the guy? Ooh, do you think that Pablo Escobar was working for the CIA? Completely unrelated question.
He was killed by DEA. Who was he killed by? I mean, could
Or is that just what they told us?
well, anything is possible, obviously, but I don't know. Someone with such vast riches working for the CIA. I don't know. He could just make his own prison and like get his own hookers and cocaine to come and hang out with him in prison. You know, unless he was extradited. So it's possible if it was
His own brand cocaine.
his own. Oh, absolutely. His Blue Magic, baby. He had his own Blue Magic for sure. So this is somewhere you don't want to end up, Worm. You don't want to be here, man. You don't want to be at what they call the Alcatraz of the Rockies. Okay, it's in the middle of the country. First of all, you have nowhere to go. Okay, it this place, I mean, has harsh conditions and then some. The inmates are confined to solitary for 23 hours a day. The cells are very small. They measure 7 feet by 12 feet. The windows measuring 4 feet by 3 feet. The prison provides the prisoners with only one unmovable concrete furniture piece, a desk, a bed, and a very thin mattress over like a concrete slab. They get their food through small slots in the door. After spending 23 hours inside their cells, the inmates are allowed to go out for an hour. However, the prisoners are kept in restraints, they have to be, and then directed to a small cage outside, like a holding cell kind of a deal. And heavy security manning is imposed on the inmates while in the cage. And so this is probably the worst thing you can possibly, or to me, it's probably akin to Black Dolphin because I have this thing with, I think it would be hell on earth the way they treat you. And I do have a couple of clips to play too.
This is Black Dolphin.
Russia, it's incredible. Yeah. So I.
What's this Black Dolphin video?
Oh sure, yeah. So Black Dolphin Prison is to me one of the more interesting ones because it's also a mental game, right? Like I said, that you face the floor, your face does, kind of like when you get moved around, so you don't know where you are. It's about disorientating your inmates, them not knowing what building they're in. They can't plan an escape. They can't even think. So to me, I mean, really well thought out as far as prisons. because they thought about every single thing you can possibly do and think, like an actual inmate that wants to get the fuck out of there. Let me see if this is the right one. Bring it up. Let's see. I'm not sure if you can hear this. Let me know if you can hear
All right.
this.
So what? How are we looking over here? I think I should take a step back and
Yeah,
All right.
that's awesome. I love that.
Don't hear anything. No.
Oh, I haven't played anything yet. I was talking to you.
No.
Let me know if you can hear this. Can you hear that?
All right.
All right. Are you able to hear that?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
No.
Oh, I'm not playing it. This.
Thing.
Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Were you able to hear that?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Excellent. I mean, I literally have this up.
You hear people clapping?
It's pretty crazy. Thank you.
Yeah.
$600 useless machine. Sweet. So yeah. What?
Thank you, people.
You can what?
What? I said we got people clapping, so that's good.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. See if anybody wants to. If you guys want to let me know if you
People,
guys can hear
people clapping.
that. I'm not sure. Yeah, are they? Yeah, they are. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Oh, they can't hear it.
They can't hear it. Okay, cool.
I guarantee they can't hear it.
If you can't hear it, they can't hear it. That's for sure. So
No.
fantastic. I love that. That's the best. So yeah. So you asked me about Black Dolphin. Black Dolphin is
Sorry, but
yeah. I'm used to shit like that. It happens all the time. When things work, that's when I'm like, why is it working? This is working. When things work too well, I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, it's a pretty cool thing to research if you wanna check this out. These people go into tiny cells. The black dolphin, really quick. They go in to a cell within a cell, basically. So they have to, not only is there a guard for every cell, they put you in a cell. When they put you back from like eating or like going to your half an hour of daylight, which you're also in restraints, they put you in a cell, and then another guard takes you and you're completely in restraints. They lock the one behind you, and then they put you in the inner cell. So it's not just like, like, can you squeeze through these bars? No, you have to. I mean, you have to have unreal abilities to be able to even think about that. And there's a guard on the outside, and the tower's right outside, and it's in the middle of nowhere. So once you do that, even if you were to escape and in some miraculous Houdini attempts, you would freeze to death walking away. To mock you, there's a black dolphin outside. There's like a black dolphin sculpture outside. It's quite pretty. So yeah, just to put it in perspective, I think we have it pretty well. If you don't do anything super crazy and you don't have to go to ADX Florence, I think you're going to be okay. But if you find yourself in Russia, I'd probably mind your P's and Q's.
I'm gonna mind my P's and
Q's.
I talk American, but I'm going to Mexico.
That is pretty badass. That is awesome. Guys, clap it up for live art. Clap it up for live art happening before you. It's hard to muster that kind of creativity too, man. the actual textures on that wall to the right is, I mean, incredible. Incredible. So, I mean, kind of a couple of things that we were gonna do are laying inside of that. The fact that I don't have a sound, but that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right. So, does anybody in the crowd want to come up that maybe has I don't know, a story you might want to share as far as going to the clink just for a night? Have you been there? Are you afraid of it? Are you comfortable talking about it? Has Rocksteady been to a Thai prison? The world has to know, you know. So if you have one of those things, let me know and let you up and watch work paint. It's worked pretty well for the last couple of weeks. Or when somebody comes up, kind of yeah, and Worm hits the canvas while we all wrap it up. No. Suddenly, no one's been to jail. No one's been to jail here. Bullshit. Bullshit. I've busted it. I've busted a Thai prison.
What's the timestamp, buddy?
I meant to say visited. Fucking spell check. Out of all words to use, it was kind of appropriate. I'll tell you a real quick story that it's not a huge story, but and then I'll hop back down. But
Sure.
there's a friend of mine. When I was in Thailand, he overstayed on his visa by a year and a bit. So he was kind of like an alien in Thailand, running around. He's old Bosnian guy, famous tattoo artist here from Australia, who was over there, and he had schizophrenia and bipolar and paranoia in a big way. So he was living in the jungle. They ended up catching him and putting him in Thai prison. He really didn't have any contacts left because of his schizophrenia and paranoia. He pushed everyone away from his life and not medicating himself for a 10-year period by living over there. And I was kind of his only friend. And I didn't know he'd been put in prison for a while, I think. So if you don't know anyone in Thailand and you get put in prison, you're staying there. That's it. There's no one to pay anybody. You're just staying there. So I ended up finding out that he was there, and he'd been there for, I don't know, a couple of months. And I went to visit him. And when you visit the guys, it's like it's kind of like, it's like going to a dog pound, man. You walk through the door and there's kind of like, there's the women's prison, there's a guy prison, just cells, but it's one big cell with your typical bars, you know. But then there's a walkway in front of those bars and another set of bars, and you can talk to them from there. So you can reach through to touch each other, but you know, there's double bars to get out of if they have to. And you can just bring him shit. I mean, I just bought him like Coca-Cola and whatever, but you're not allowed to keep. They weren't allowed to keep the can. I had to pour the Coke into a water bottle, but I could just give him anything else, and cigarettes and whatever. And there's dudes just showering there openly in front of everyone because it's just like it was like a U-shaped brick cutout with just a barrel of water. So it's like a scoop, and you'd scoop that over yourself to wash yourself, as you do in many places in Thailand anyway. And that was it. And he stayed there for a while because we tried to get him out, but then they transferred him to Bangkok Hilton, which is really the really fucking bad prison. From Phuket, it was like a big drive. He even had his phone, so they let him have his phone in there. So he was ringing me from prison from that point forth. Yeah, dude, he was video calling and stuff, and like they had to take turns charging their batteries and stuff. And then when he's like, they're shipping me out from Phuket, I go to Bangkok now, and he's like all excited because he's going to Bangkok, and I'm like, dude, do you know how fucking bad that is? Like, and so the moment he was on that truck, there was a truck with a lot of Burmese people that were illegal immigrants there, and they treat them like shit, right? And there was like holes in the roof, so when it was raining, it was just raining on them and everything. And it's like it's quite a drive to get to Bangkok. I say 12 hours is a car ride, but it's actually, with a truck, it's probably a little slower. So you could look at 14 to 16 hour drive. And the moment he got there, I didn't hear from him at all. So I had to get in touch with the Australian embassy over here and keep in contact with them and give them the updates till they're saying, you know, it was quite a bit of money to get him out, and I didn't have it at the time, and he had no friends left in Australia, so I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And they ended up realising that he was fucked in there. So after a while, Australia fronted the money for him for a one-way ticket. She rang me to tell me that she's getting him out. They flew him out when they got him out of Bangkok, he got his phone back. He's like, they let me out. See, I knew they wouldn't keep me forever. He didn't even know they just want him out the fucking country. And he flies into Australia on a Saturday morning, dude, which he was paranoid because the bikies he owed money to and stuff, right? Yeah. So they flew him to Australia. He's like, I'm in Australia now. I'm like, you just be careful, man. So that was the Saturday. I let him rest for the Sunday. I spoke to him Monday and he was in Bosnia. I was like, how the fuck did he get to Bosnia? Because they cut the passport, obviously his passport was overstayed, so they cut the front page so you can't use it. Somehow he's in Bosnia. I was just so surprised, man. So that's my buddy Riley. If you're listening, you're a fucking crazy motherfucker. He's still alive. He's tattooing on the streets now just to survive. So yeah, that's the story.
Wow, that's incredible. And how did he pay his phone bill in prison?
Oh, it's you get prepaid phone. So yeah, but he had credit on there, I guess. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't even know. It's a good question.
I'm going to prison. I better put 1,000,000 minutes on this.
Unless he actually got. Well, I don't think he'd get the Wi-Fi, would he? Hey, you got some fucking Wi-Fi here?
Yeah, Wi-Fi is a prison, dude.
No problem. Yeah, I don't know.
No problem.
It's just no problem. I get you the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, more fucking Wi-Fi. My God.
But it was just strange, man. And so when I saw him, when I went to see him for the first time, I'm just like, I'm thinking we got to get you the fuck out of here, Yeah. But he wasn't interested in saying what happened. He wasn't interested in working his way out. He was just so happy to see me. He's telling me about his friends. He's like, this guy here, he do this, he do that. This guy, he stayed from France for a little bit, but he overstayed because he have a girl here. He tried to take his kid. And then he just goes from one story to the next because he's just so frantic,
Yeah, but he's not even worried about like
no,
the
he wasn't
situation.
worried.
He's more about being in school.
Dude, I was just like, Riley, forget all that, man. We've got to get you out of here. Like, forget about the story. I don't care about who these people are,
He's like, I kind of like it in here. I didn't want to
go. They give me the shit food. They push the rice and the cucumber under the door. I just cannot eat it anymore. I want him some sandwiches and shit.
Bring him a cheesesteak, man. Poor guy. Let me ask you, before you go, a serious question, though, about going to... I'm not sure if you've gone, but I'm sure you know people other than him who might have gone as well. How you mentioned that there was a lot of corruption in the police force and stuff. What's for you to go to jail? How easy is it, and what do you have to do to go to jail? What would they take a foreigner for to jail? Okay. Are there a lot of foreigners in jail?
Yeah, heaps. So the police target you over there in these tourist places because they know that you've got money and that's what they want. The corruption runs deep, so deep that I don't know how you'd ever get it out of these countries, not just Thailand, but a lot of these poor countries, right? Third world countries. And so I've had to bail a couple of friends out over there. If you get done for drink driving, which is a common thing over there, because you go there to drink and have fun, and 80% of Thai people don't have their licenses, so only 20% do. And so for the most part, nobody's got a license. And the police will set up a roadblock and they'll just ignore the Thai people going through and they'll just try and catch the foreigners, try and catch them for a license, try and catch them for whatever, but they'll pin you. And you can get up to 10-year prison sentence for drink driving. Not your first time probably, but if you really piss off the wrong people, somehow you can. Most likely your second or third time. And that's a pretty heavy fucking sentence, So, especially from their prisons, okay, I don't want to say it too publicly because my wife, she's not here. But my brother-in-law did some time. He did some fucking hard time, man. Yeah, wow. some hard time. So he got caught for drugs, and he was in a prison up north. And I don't know the exact number of people. I'm under the impression it's about 30 people or so to a cell. It was a small cell. And they sleep on the floor. There is no beds. There are no beds. There's just a squat pen in the ground. And for 3 years, it was like hell on earth to him. I mean, he was a bit of a cheeky cunt before, but he came out like an angel, man. He said like every now and then when you wake up in the morning, there'd be someone dead on the floor. Like they're dead. They died in their sleep or whatever because the conditions are so poor. He got rash on the side of his body. At times where it sort of like escalated up because he's getting closer to the end of his sentence where he's allowed out in the yard, he still chose to stay in his cell because otherwise he'd have to do favors like bringing in shanks or whatever it is, or drugs, that if he got caught, he'd get more time. He was just more happy to stay in this cell all the time and get out quicker because it was just hell on earth. When he got out, he came and lived with me for a while. Wow. And he he'd wake up in the middle of the night with PTSD, sweating and thinking he was still there, just freaking out. It was the worst, absolute worst time of his life. Now he's Thai, he speaks the language, and he can handle himself. Like he's got no fucking front teeth to be. He likes to get in fights and shit, right? But
Right.
so a foreigner that can't handle themselves is going to get fucked over, man, badly. So that's someone I know, right? Then there's a buddy of mine. He was over there on holidays. He came to visit us and stuff. He went out with his other buddy one night, didn't come back in the morning. I get a call from his wife and the girlfriend of the other guy. They got done for drink driving there in the Batong prison. All right, so now I've got to go down and try and like haggle it a little bit. So I go in there, start to talk about it, what's it going to take to get them out. You can't just go, how much, because they won't do it. And it's just like, if you go ahead and ring an embassy or something back home, it's put on record that it's official that you're in there. You can forget about paying anyone under the table because you're officially, you've officially put yourself in there now. So you don't do that straight away, right? Unless you're really in some trouble. You're going to have some background noise because my little girl's just going to pop out.
That's okay.
But, so I've gone down there, we're talking about it, and we worked out to 20,000 baht, which is $1,000 Aussie, which is about $750 US to get them out, right? But they had to spend a night there. That was the deal. It's like they have to spend a night there because of someone else had to pay as well, and he wasn't there on a shift. He's the one that put them away, sort of thing. So it was like, I don't know. So here comes the dog. So I go up to my buddy, and it's through a glass pane with a little speaker. I'll knock on there, and he comes up, and there's a one room. There's about 6 or 7 of them in there. There's a toilet overflowing with piss. It's all over the floor with the footprints that'll be walking in there,
Oh my
and
God.
they had a water bottle each. That was they had to use as their pillow. So I said, dude, I can get you out of here, because otherwise they had to spend 10 days in there before they could go to trial about this drink driving charge, right? He's like, oh, yes. I said, but you got to spend one night. He starts shaking his head. He's going, no. I'm like, just one night, bro. Just one night. He's like shaking his head, almost like tears in his eyes,
He already knows.
I'm like, you got to do it. You got to do it, man. And I know I was laughing because it was kind of funny the way he was so broken.
He couldn't do
Anyway.
it, man. He's like, I know what this means. You know what this means. And this will break me, you fucker.
So he did it, but there was this Russian dude in there who'd been in there for a while, and he couldn't get out for whatever reason. But because they paid off the cops, he was allowed to get shit into the prison. So we found out who his friend was, and we gave him money to buy vodka to give to him and give to our friends, so they could drink at least and have a bit more of a chill time in there, So we got him vodka into the prison and stuff, and we got him like Burger King and everything. Just walk up and give it. They don't check anything. It was crazy, man. They actually opened the cell doors and I handed it to him for real. It was crazy, man.
You're going to hand him
And
like
so,
5 guns.
So he stayed there for the night, but because they couldn't get him out straight away, I was able to haggle it from 20,000 to 10,000, which was half that price, and got him out the next day. And then they went to court, and they actually got away with everything, license back and everything, man. So it was pretty good.
No.
He's like, no. I'm like, just one night.
Sleep with the roaches and piss one night.
The last one, real quick, is I went out drinking with my son's school teacher.
Nice.
It wasn't the teacher; it was like the head of the school type dude, and good guy. I went home about 11 or 12. He stayed out drinking till the morning. He rings me up. He's like, I got pinched. He was in prison. He's like, I need you to come and get my keys off me in his pocket. Go to his apartment, get the passport, go back so we can pay the cops. So I literally did that. Went down. They let him have his phone to call me, everything. Did that. He went in, paid the cops. And that was 20,000 baht. It's about $1,000 Aussie. So
Right.
That's sort of how easy it is to get pinched and how easy it is to pay if you've got the right people. But if there's a big superintendent in town, they are by the book, man. They're like, no corruption goes on here, even though everyone knows it,
Right, because you don't even know. It might be a plant or whatever, like a secret shopper. Like, see if they'll fall for it. Oh my God! But it's almost like they want the bribe, but if you're too upfront about it, I kind of have to be a little bit more finessed about offering the bribe. I couldn't imagine bribing a cop.
I know.
Crazy.
It is crazy, right? You constantly got to bribe over there, but there's just a way to do it. You can't just say how much. It's crazy. You can't just say how much. Kaylee, I think she told a story just yesterday on Sam and Dave's show, How's Your Day, about how she had to bribe the cops for some weed they got caught with. And when they finished the whole process, the cops threw the weed back at her like she could have it in the end, but she caught it. And then she caught it and reflexed and just threw it away, like thinking that they were trying to set her up, but they're legit like, no, you've paid. Here you go. Like, it's yours.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's so transactional. Can you imagine?
Yeah, the cops are like, I don't want to get done for stealing. Here you go.
Could you imagine here if you're just like, hey, what's that? This is my bowl and my weed. Give me that. Well, how much is it going to cost me for you not to take it? No, here you go. Take it right back. Take it right back.
Oh, no.
And as well, have a nice day. This is your weed now. Have a good one. Until what? Until another cop stops me and does the same shit. You know? How many cops do we have to talk about here?
Exactly. So that's the Thai stories, boys. I just thought
Awesome,
let you
dude.
know, and I'll hop back down. But
Yeah.
interesting subject, this one.
Right? I thought it would stir up some interesting thoughts.
Thank you for coming up here.
You're welcome, man. And keep that artwork going. It actually looks pretty fucking sick, man.
That is fucking badass, dude. Look at that.
Hey, while you're up here, let's congratulate AC on his featured
Featured Firesider, yes, absolutely. Featured Firesider right here, baby.
Oh my God.
AC in the fucking house. It's about time. These motherfuckers noticed him. Yeah, baby.
They broke my roadcaster here. I can't have too much joy.
I feel like I'm tripping balls right now.
Dude. I appreciate y'all blowing that shit up. Yeah. Yeah, it happened, guys. I know you guys have all been waiting for this with bated breath, and you wake up in the middle of the night going, "Oh my God, when will this happen for this man?" I know.
No, well done, man. Well deserved, of course. You know, you've been in the running for that shit fucking well and truly a long time ago. So
I do
let's
appreciate
get some
that.
more of us up
Yeah.
there next, huh? All right, brother.
Yeah.
All the best.
All right, man.
William.
Thank you for the story. That was amazing.
No
All right,
worries.
Everybody give it up for
Catch you guys.
Rocksteady.
Thank you. Rock. Ready.
Dave Watson. Dave Watson, I'm looking at you, pal. I know you've been to jail. I know you've been to jail, boy. At the very least, I know you had a good fight story, which was recently, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. So, feel free to come up and tell us about Nebraska prisons. Sure, they have to be amazing if they're already or jails if they're already there. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I guess. And one time, speaking of bounty,
Well, you know what?
yeah, what's up?
You don't have to stretch this episode too much further. I'm about to be done with this. This is about done.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's no time limit on this, for sure. What that reminds me of? Why does it remind me
How are
of?
we doing on time?
You know the Rage Against the Machine album cover, the one with
Which one?
is it Escape from L.A. Something Escape from L.A. The guy with it's like he's like a drawn guy.
Oh,
He looks just like him. It really reminded me of Rage albums. Now I have to know. But yeah, do you know anybody that Worm?
oh,
Huh?
dude, we have to play Prison Song on our way out, right?
I mean,
But then
no one can hear anything that
I
I
also
play.
had another request.
No one can hear anything I play.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So this is in the beginning. I thought everybody heard Mos Def, and
So I should not request Prison X.
oh, that's a good one. Fuck, man, why didn't I think of that? Literally, idiot. Of course, I am just a worthless liar. I am just an imbecile. I will only complicate you. I love the fact that that's dripping down and there's no torso.
What has been done?
Oh man, are these gonna have names? Do you name your
Right.
pieces of art?
I think put a pin in it.
I don't know if you guys thought that Worm was just a graffiti artist. It's not true. I see tools there. I see a lot of different shading. I see use of some kind of like a scraping kind of emotion there. Like this is high art, people. Love that. Where would you say this is? Is this California? Where is this prison that you're drawing?
Rock steady, everybody.
I'm sorry, did you say that was Rocksteady in the bars? Is that what you said?
I'm singing the Rock Steady song, bro.
Oh yeah, it's because I asked like who is it? Like, do you have any idea who that is or where that is that you're drawing, or is that just a composite? Does it have a backstory? Because I would give them backstory.
This guy, he's he's larceny. He's a larcenist.
He's a larcenist. He's done larceny. he's
Involution.
He's a perpetual larcenist.
Put a little toot in his. And he got in trouble for that.
Imagine they passed this guy. They passed this guy at Burger King through the cell. What a drastic change, huh? Like imagine here it's so institutional and clinical and shit. Some of them, right? And you go to like another country like Thailand, and it's squalid conditions, yet you can get Burger King. It's like, what? There's no order to things. How is that possible? What do you want? Cockroaches on the floor with no shoes in a Rwandan prison, 7,000 people stacked on top of you.
All right. Sign me up.
You just like fucking. Or Thailand, you just walk around and be like, all right, time to go back into your prison cell. And you just walk back in. All right, I'm here because I want to be. You just walk away from prison. I mean, talk about walk away from prison. Let's switch gears for a moment. Remember Jeffrey Epstein? How about a sweetheart deal there? That guy used to walk away from prison all the time. He used to do the work release thing.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was convicted, and he was sentenced to time, and he did it. But he got such a sweetheart deal that he would get to leave prison every day and conduct his business, and of course, perpetuate more of his addictions and things like that, and make more sadness and whatever that guy created, sadness and horror and all the bullshit that guy was responsible for. More of it because he could leave and conduct his business, and then just ride his bike back to jail like at 8 p.m. or something and sleep there, And that was like the most sweetheart deal. And people in Florida used to see this in Palm Beach County, and they're like, "What the fuck is this, bro? If I run over a fucking raccoon, I think I'd probably get worse than this guy." People were really mad, especially obviously the people who were molested. But yeah, that was another sweetheart deal to another prison. Because that obviously that's probably the same thing as the Thai prison. He used to go and get his fucking Burger King every day. What a dick. What a dick. Anyway, yeah, I had this one video queued up about this prison in I don't know how to say this. Antananarivo prison in Madagascar. Antananarivo. There's a lot of Ananana. And look, Antananarivo. Okay, Madagascar, another
Yeah,
ridiculous
toss it in.
squalid hellhole. No, I can't. Remember, I can't play anything. So it's a squalid hellhole, and it is
Oh,
it's
that's.
just
I'm like, let's not listen to that one.
yeah. No, I was saying like that. I had another one queued up, unfortunately, but I might as well talk about it. And this one, imagine this is off the coast. This is Madagascar, which is an island off the western coast of Africa. So it's not even a part of the damn continent. Anything goes there, man. That's literally prison island right there. Are you kidding me? All you got is those cockroaches, those hissing cockroaches, and a prison. Fuck that. Fuck that. If you do shit in Western
All
Africa,
right.
you're fucked.
You-
That looks awesome. My God.
You better believe it.
Look at
All
everyone.
right. I'm putting the tag on.
I implore everyone to see the lighting when he's looking out to the left of the cell. That's some brilliant lighting right there. Really nicely done. Love it. Everybody get it up for Worm and live art right now while he signs his masterpiece. Nice fucking job, man. It takes guts and it takes fucking talent and it takes a lot to get up there and do something like that. I mean, I don't know many people who can. So. I also don't know of many people doing this kind of show. You know, I don't know of any other people that are doing a live, as I say every time, a live piece of art in front of you, a gift really, just done every week. You know, sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's really hard to get up there and do this when it might not be a day that you feel particularly inspired, but this is a masterpiece. It truly is.
I feel like, yeah, I like how it turned out.
Yeah, dude, look at the sky. It's such awesome detail. It's awesome. It's awesome. It has so much in it. It has so much in it, and the fact that you did it under this time, it really is just like under the gun. It's really well done. That rhyme. Give it up for bars.
I did do it a short amount. I was like, you can see this is shitty plywood, guys. Could you imagine if I had some nice materials?
like big old
That's some
canvas.
shitty plywood
I
you're
mean, wow.
You know, little details I kind of like. Yeah, you can't see these little details from over there, but yeah, I think it came together nice.
Came together amazing, dude.
So, and it's been my pleasure to.
It's one of the best pieces.
Yeah, you dig it? Okay, cool.
It's to me, it's one of the best.
I appreciate you,
especially in this time. Like time to finish ratio, amazing.
I enjoy we're doing the theme, you know, with you know, the show basically. So I hope that we're delivering on those levels, and that you know, people enjoyed watching this.
I think so. We have
Appreciate you guys for being here.
Yeah, we have an Instagram that you're going to be able to see all this stuff. If you guys aren't with that yet, you should. If you go to, I'm not going to put the link up now, but if you go to my page, it'll definitely be linked to that. If you guys remember what that is, or go to Worm's page, and you can see that. Worm is super talented, and for doing this, it's a real pleasure to do this with you. But you can see all of this there, and then you can follow us. I'm going to put clips up as well. You can find me obviously at a million underscores AC, a million underscores. Just type in underscores and I pop up with my arms folded. I'm judging you. We could we could definitely do this next week. We're thinking about a couple of different topics as far as. We're thinking the next one might be something like explosions. That'd be fun to draw a big explosion, like a big ass mushroom cloud. That'd be
Oh
dope.
hell yeah.
That'd be dope.
No, I think that the next one is geographic
Oh
anomalies.
yeah. Oh, that's right.
You know, we could always, hey guys, we're throwing a bunch of pasta at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, we're talking about shit that we
I
like.
like
to do.
these. I like these topics. And they definitely make for like good like art prompt. Whatever.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what I would do for an explosion. Maybe a giant mushroom cloud or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Doomsday clock.
shit, yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'd probably talk about munitions and things like that, and ordnance, if you will. Talk about explosions and probably a little bit of nuclear bomb talk. So that'd be fun. And yeah, coming up is probably also the other one we talked about, which is a pretty cool topic. This is the geographical anomalies. Those are there's a couple of them I'd love to talk about. When he suggested that, I was like, "Yep," and I can't wait to watch you draw something about that. Stencil.
Yeah, and you know what we also have is a whole mess of history, different histories of, you know, because basically a history of anything could be a good topic in my opinion.
Me too. Yeah, I'm a history kind of guy. I like that shits. So cool. Well, Worm puts on the finishing touches on this incredible masterpiece. Tell them how you feel.
I have. It's done. It's done.
All right, guys. Well, too bad you can't hear my music. I would absolutely play a relevant song like Prison Sex to take us out or anything like that. But if you hum it in your mind, it's as good as there. We love you very much, and we're going to end this in a couple
can, but
seconds.
can they?
Let's see, wait. What do we got here? I think it's the best piece I've seen Worm do.
Let me-
It's awesome. Rock
Hold on, let me put on these.
Is that incredible? He said it's the best piece you've ever done.
Different styles for different people, you know?
Yeah.
Different people like different shit.
That's right.
But, I personally,
Yeah, I'm sure he hasn't seen your whole catalog.
And I technically did do it right here, right. So, and we'll just
That
keep
was a
pushing that
blank-ass
limit. We'll
piece
just
of
keep
wood.
doing. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it has some disconnect. We're disconnecting.
Oh, we're good.
Run back to the
Great.
Wi-Fi.
I see. Oh, run back to the light.
I returned to the Wi-Fi.
Caroline.
And okay,
Run back
I've
to
been
the Wi-Fi.
Visual Radio.
Yeah.
I've been your co-host. We're a million.
The
AC.
one and only.
I have poor network quality right now. So
I'll see you guys later. If you can't hear me, follow us. Follow us, and we'll be back next week, hopefully, with one of those two topics. And I'll see you guys later. I wish I had music. If you can hear it, awesome. If not, I'm sorry.
all right, folks. Thanks for being here.